Am I the asshole for backing out of making my sister-in-law's wedding dress? I 24F am a seamstress dress designer who works for private clients on commission. 2 years ago my sister got married, and as my gift to her I designed and made her wedding dress free of charge and all her bridesmaid dresses at cost of raw materials. My brother's then girlfriend, now fiancé, was part of the wedding party and knew I was doing this. Before I even started designing, she asked me if for her and my brother's wedding would I make her dress. I casually agreed. When actually making the gowns, my sister and her other 5 bridesmaids were so nice and pleasant to work with, but my brother's girlfriend was a nightmare. She kept asking me to make changes after we finalized the designs and I had already started making the dresses. She would cancel and just not show up to fittings. She complained constantly of how it looked tacky and unprofessional. And she even ripped the fabric on purpose when I told her I could not make any more changes, and I had to go on a wild goose chase to get more of the same fabric in the right color. The place I bought it from no longer carried it. My brother proposed 2 weeks ago, and the first thing my new sister-in-law did was come over to me and ask when we could meet to start designing. Now at this point in my career I have dealt with my fair share of bridezillas and control freaks, and I know how to handle them. So, I let her know a time she could come to my studio for a consultation. Last week was her appointment and she came in all excited, but when I brought out my pricings and options for her, she got really mad, saying it wasn't fair to expect her to pay when we were family, and I had given other family theirs for free. I told her nicely that I charge for my work as would any other vendor she got for her wedding, and that we can look at the most affordable package I have if she was concerned about cost. At this she totally lost it, screaming at me that I'm a worthless bitch whose work isn't even good enough for her, and that she was doing me a favor by letting me have this opportunity. I tried to calm her down so we could talk, but she just got worse, knocking over one of my display cases and shattering glass, beads, and expensive jewelry all over the floor. At that point I was done and yelled at her to get out of my studio before I called the cops. Later that day my brother called me and yelled at me for being so disgusting and unwelcoming to his fiancée. I explained to him that I am more than happy to make her gown, and her bridesmaids' gowns, at a fair price. But he got even more upset and said that I had done our sisters for free, so I should do this one for free too. Now my parents and brother are mad at me, threatening to leave me out of the wedding if I don't make her a free dress, but I still think I should be paid for my work. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Why do people think not inviting you to a wedding is some sort of threat? Not the asshole. Does your studio have surveillance? You should send the family the video and let them know your wedding gift is not pressing charges. Paid or no, making the dress would be off the table if it was me. Not the asshole. Print out a receipt for damages and give it to your brother and family. Then include the prices for your skills and material. Then send another bill asking for a deposit that will cover future damage. Bullshit. Ask who is willing to pay all that, because no way in hell should it be you. If you know any other seamstresses designers, pass the word so they know what they are getting into if they agree to work with her. Future Sil should learn a very expensive lesson. But I'm an R like that. I'm thankfully at the stage of life where I don't give a damn about being nice or keeping the peace. As the seamstress in this situation, you have the options laid out, and I think we all agree that the option you took was the best. As a sister in this situation, I think you handled this in the most incredible way, and let's be honest. If Sil was like this before getting engaged, then this wedding is doomed, and I bet your parents are gonna get the real side of their soon-to-be deal. You've pretty much opened Pandora's box, and now your goal is to sit back and just watch it all unravel. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your brother, his fiancé, and or your parents are all welcome to pay your costs if they want Sil to have a dress, if it's so important to them. But after this behavior, it should be apparent that there's no amount of money that would be worth dealing with this woman. Don't let her or your brother in your shop. Don't agree to make her dress at any price. Don't go to their wedding. Stay as far from all of this as possible. Not the asshole. Tell her and your family the amount of damage she did to your studio would equal the amount of free work. Otherwise she can spend dollar on her dress. She sounds rude and entitled. You don't have to give her a free dress or her bridesmaids. That was for your sister whom you known all your life. OMG no, you are not the asshole. I hope you took photos of the damage she did and send them to everyone that feels entitled to offer their opinion here. And I would thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for leaving me out of the no doubt shit show this wedding is going to be. Charge her for the stuff that she broke. And tell them that if they don't you will need to have a police report to file an insurance claim. Also please check out Kanius Othis form on Instagram. Your story is so similar to the ones posted on there. It's disheartening how many people insist on receiving crazy expensive items for free and act like jerks while doing so. Best of luck to you with this. You're going to need it. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Bottom line, you deserve to be paid for your work and treated respectfully throughout the process. You offered a gift to your sister. That was your choice. You can choose to offer a gift to whomever you want, and that fuzzle fails to respect you and has actively chosen to damage your studio. She is not deserving of anything from you. You can tell your family that you do not cater to vandals who throw temper tantrums. Edit adjusted now that I understood fully. Thank you everyone. Not the asshole. Your fuzzle is a nightmare. I hope you took photos of the damages she made to your studio. Show your brother parents the damages she caused. Send your brother fuzzle a bill for damages. Do not under any circumstances agree to make her wedding dress, even if they agree to pay. Is your brother aware that his fiancée was violent and destructive in your studio? If he and your parents do know this, they are definitely the us in this story. What amount of money would you accept for working with her? Is there any amount that would be worth it? Not the asshole. You're being taken advantage of. Your future Sil is acting entitled. As long as you don't care whether or not you're in the wedding party or even if you go to the wedding, stick by your guns. However, the time to have announced that you were not making her gown for free was when she proved herself to be an entitled and fickle bridesmaid. Not the asshole. I hoped you call the cops on her. Being entitled is one thing, but being criminal deserves punishment. Just no, not for any money. Don't do it, it'll be a nightmare. Not the asshole. Take pictures and share them with family of what she did to your studio and ask which one of them is paying for the damages in order for you to make the dress. If one of them steps up, which I doubt, they will increase the estimate. Not the asshole. First she needs to pay for the damage she caused. Did you show your family pictures of that? After she pays for the damage to your shop, direct her to David's Bridal and be done. There is no reason for you to work with a person who has no respect for you. And if they don't invite you to the wedding, you won't owe them a gift, so take the non-invite for a win. Not the asshole. She claimed she was doing you a favor by allowing you to make her wedding dress. That shows the level of her smarminess. Do ANC ditching of her. Just plainly speak your mind. Your fiancée is a nightmare, and I will not be making anything for her. If you don't invite me to the wedding, that's your choice. Nata. Not the asshole. Let them leave you out of the wedding. That sounds like A+ to me. When this person ripped the bridesmaid's dress, I would have said, too bad you did that because I can't get any more of this material. I don't think you should make her a dress at any price. She was a horror as a bridesmaid. I can't imagine how awful she would be as a bride. You should also tell your family that she should pay you for the damage she did to your shop. Tell them if anyone else did that you would have called the police and pressed charges. Not the asshole. After that behavior, I wouldn't go to the wedding if invited. I wouldn't make the dress if they begged to pay double. I don't think even if you were willing that you could please this woman. Do yourself a favor and restore your peace and stay as far from her as you can. Such entitlement is not to be rewarded.